Okupe says Presidency's silence on success of IPOB sit-at-home protest worrisome. Dr. Doyin Okupe says the Presidency has pretended as if nothing happened during the recent sit-at-home protest by IPOB. He insisted that ethnicity is the major problem of Nigeria. He subtly noted that the North are not interested in restructuring as against the clamor by the South. Former presidential aide, Dr. Doyin Okupe says Presidency silence on the success of IPOB's sit-at-home protest is very worrisome. The ex-presidential aide said leadership of the country pretends nothing has happened when Nnamdi Kanu after success of the protest. In a statement obtained by an age, a young man, from virtually nowhere, issues a decree for a section of the country to stay at home. Surprisingly, there was maximum compliance even beyond his immediate natural constituency. Yet, the next day, the whole country pretends nothing has happened, or at best, as if it was an isolated event somewhere in southern Cameroon. About the same time, there was and still is conflagration, confrontation and warlike proclamations from major sections of the country on the persistent and perplexing call for restructuring of the federation. The ex-presidential aide said the whole country pretends nothing has happened when the Nnamdi Kanu called for the protest. Statesmen from the South threatened fire and brimstone that Nigeria will break up if restructuring is resisted by the North. Their colleagues from the North responded in similar vein, that if the country will break up because of their adamant position on restructuring, then so be it. Yet, no word was issued from the official quarters on the very obvious and menacing threat to national unity and stability from all sides. Intriguingly, all Southerners are united in the clamor for restructuring while all Northerners are united in condemning and/or rejecting it, and the grave implication of this confounding development appears to be a non-issue in government circles. Neither does it constitute a matter of urgent national importance in any of our legislative chambers. Pay attention, read Best News on Nigeria's #1 news app. Ministers were nominated, screened by the Senate. 1 month down the line they are yet to be sworn in into their respective offices, which have been vacant and therefore lacking leadership for several months. In current Nigerian parlance, this also is not an issue. An announcement was made that budget which is already over-delayed will be signed on a particular day, only for this event to be cancelled unceremoniously and without any specific official explanation that same day. This is halfway down the year and still life goes on without qualms. Indeed, what manner of a nation is this? How do we get our GDP to rise and for us to get out of this crippling recession, if there is no government spending to propel the economy? How can the government spend without the validly signed legal document? Was this not how we got into recession in the first place? When Fulani herdsmen go on rampage, the South is rambunctious but there is dead silence in the North. This is a nation where the political elite class lie and are pretentious to each other. Everybody abhors and stay as far as possible away from the truth. Everybody plays the ostrich in this country. There are Northerners and Southerners in government and parastatals. They are also in Aso Rock, the seat of power. All busy with several schedules and meetings. In all of these sittings, these issues like plagues are carefully avoided. Yet, no supervising angels from above will come down to sort things out for us. We move slowly towards a state of anomie, yet nobody attends to the real infirmity crippling the nation, officially. I say to this nation, to whosoever wants to listen, that ethnicity, not religion or corruption for that matter, is the greatest threat to the corporate existence of this nation, especially if we do not want to speak openly, earnestly and truthfully to one another about the problems confronting us and dividing us. We all have fears, we are all angry with one another, we distrust each other and we are dissatisfied with the ways things are. We don't even like solutions being proffered by various zones, yet we do not want to discuss it openly. It is politically incorrect. But it is okay for us to clandestinely go to our ethnic caucuses to plot how to scheme out other nationalities or manipulate things in our own favor legally or illegally, justly or unjustly. For how long can we honestly manage the affairs of our nation with such crudity and shameless degree of dishonesty and brazen selfishness? Do we have a nation we can truly say belongs to us all? Have we ever had a government where we are all equal stakeholders? Have our officials, high and low, divested themselves from crass nepotism and prebendelism? If we don't have a nation, how can we expect development or prosperity? We need to talk to and with each other before this approaching or creeping darkness falls. If the South desperately wants restructuring, why? If the North is vehemently opposed to restructuring, why? Always, there is a middle road in all issues concerning national discourse, where there is genuine love of the nation. We must find it, and we must talk about it, eyeball to eyeball and heart to heart. Enough of these pretensions. If not restructuring will break the country, then restructuring or nothing too, obviously will do same. Can that be our desire or ultimate objective after coexisting for over 100 years and more than 5 decades of existence as a republic? I do not at this stage want to go into the merits and demerits of restructuring. Today we are a nation. If we must restructure or not, we must boldly and sincerely come to a table and talk and agree one way or the other. Without doubt, it is regrettable and very shameful that very distinguished men and women will at public expense sit down and talk for over 6 months, spend more than $7 billion, agree willingly on 600 items and all of a sudden, typical of us, declare it a non-event. Dr. Doyin Okupe also said that ex-President Goodluck Jonathan trusted the wrong people when he was in power. Okupe made the comment during an interview with The Sun published today, Saturday, April 15. According to Okupe, some of those Jonathan appointed worked against him. He added that the people that the former president depended and relied on largely betrayed him.